somebody to make a song with that as like a fucking beat or some
Yo,
shit,
we're
just
back. What is up, y'all? We're live after a brief hiatus. A couple of us under the weather, but we are live again. We are back again. From left to right on your screens, we got Cosmic Kaiser. We got your boy Despair.
You're.
Of course, we got Follow Your Dreams.
Yo, what's up?
And then yours truly, Super Freak 187. I'm gonna have to go off and get a drink of that Amouranth vagina beer.
Can't believe you got that shit up first, bro.
We're literally starting off banger out the gate. Yeah, is it real though?
Why would I know? Why would I know this?
I just want to know.
Is it real?
I just want to know if they're gonna split it up into like you know how like they have IPA and ale. I just want to know if they're gonna have like beef curtains and just like other flavors.
Bro, come on, bro. All right, next topic, bro.
No.
Seriously,
Okay,
though.
so no. Here's what they're gonna do. They're gonna segregate it in tiers. Like there's like the higher tier you go,
Like,
the more amount of yeast is involved.
That's fucking disgusting.
God.
it is gross though. No, like
Of course it is.
Absolutely.
I think it's fucking like I don't get it honestly.
But people are gonna buy it just like they be buying motherfuckers
Just like the
bath
fucking
water.
bath water, yeah.
Yeah. People are gonna buy it.
And
It's
they're
gonna
drink
sell.
it, and they're gonna end up in the hospital like that guy that bought fucking Belle Delphine's bathwater and drank that shit and got fucking hospitalized.
Bro,
What? That happened?
Yeah,
He drunk it.
he drunk.
And he went to the
He
hospital.
drunk it. He drunk it and then
fucked the
had
shit
to
up.
deal with the consequences.
Yeah. Unbelievable.
But I mean, like scientifically, it just sounds gross. But I believe it's possible because beer is just like it's bacteria anyway, right? Like it's just like controlled bacteria.
I mean, unless you're fucking gross, vaginal yeast isn't necessarily the worst thing ever. But I'm not gonna sit here and fucking defend this stupid shit, like, because to be fair, it's not like, you know what I mean? Like, if we think about it scientifically, it kind of makes sense. But
Yes.
why though?
But why exactly?
Like,
Okay, real talk. They're not. Okay, for all you future tier 4 subs for Amouranth,
no.
there's actually gonna be 0 pussy juice in there.
No,
It's just gonna be a placebo effect. It's
you're
just
not.
gonna be. It's just gonna be a drink that you buy. They're gonna mass produce. It's all comes from her coochie, but it doesn't.
Mass produced the
And you
cookie.
idiots
Mass
are gonna buy it.
produce coochie broth. Oh my god. Where is Randy when
Where's
you need him?
Randy?
Jesus.
What is
That's what I'm
wrong with
saying.
the fucking
Uh,
world?
Shout out to Randy Coochie Broth.
Shout out to coochie broth.
Mass
Bro, like
produced.
it's because it's like, yes,
gonna
beer
proliferate. She's gonna be
beer is
everywhere.
beer's flavored based on like hops and yeast and the things that they add to it, right? So like, yes, it is going to be flavored. I mean, I'll tell you right now, if you were offered one, would you drink it?
No.
If I was offered one, they'd have to not let me know what the fuck it was. Because to be fair, right? Let's be real. If we were at the club or some shit and somebody was like, "Yeah, you'll try this shit. It's good," and we tried it, it was great, and then we found out later,
And
we'd
then
be
you
like,
find out
"Oh, whatever."
later.
Yeah.
Right.
Let them
I
ship
was
that shit
boiled
to.
in Amouranth
Yeah,
coochie
right?
juice.
Let them ship that shit to New York.
all
Despair,
yo,
calm
that
down,
ass,
and I'm gonna be
all I
like, yo, let's
picture-
get a picture of coochie broth.
I mean, look, I'm gonna be real with you, bro. If obviously I'm not gonna be the first in line, right? But if someone takes that shit and they're not sick and it tastes great and it's whatever, I might. Like, I don't really.
I mean,
give a fuck,
it's
to be honest.
beer. It's
'Cause
beer
it's
at the
not-
end of the day.
Like, it's
yeah.
not like she's fucking pissing in a bottle. Like,
Isn't it a bottle?
Bro, you know it'd be funny. You know it'd be funny. Like it's in development, and then the week later she just looks pale and like super skinny. Like they sucked all the essence.
Just took all her
they're
essence.
gonna put a bunch of tubes in her and she's just gonna be in a fucking lab. Oh my god, bro.
but they were only able to make like 10 bottles, so then those 10
Right?
bottles are like $1,200.
Oh,
my
my
God.
god, dude.
Damn, are they
crazy.
taking
You're
notes?
onto something. You're
I
onto
hope they don't listen to the podcast because we be hitting.
What did she
Before
say?
this gets-
the beer companies want her fucking yeast. Imagine
Oh
a beer
my
company
God.
coming. Can we collect some of your yeast?
like
What the
yeast.
fuck?
That shit is gross. Like don't bitches get yeast
Okay,
infections?
for sure.
Before this gets
Well,
any
infections,
fucking
of
weirder,
course.
bro.
Wait, hold up, real quick. Since
I
we're
mean-
already there, who approached who? Did Amouranth approach the beer companies, or did the beer companies approach her?
Didn't the
I
beer
wouldn't
company- I
be
think the
surprised
beer
if it was a
companies approached
mutual
her.
agreement.
Like,
But
I mean,
they
yeast
probably
is a
approached her,
fungus
yeah.
anyway. Like,
Yes, yeah.
people acting like yeast isn't gross anyway. It just so happens that it's not bad. Like,
Yeah.
and over
Right.
and like obviously, and if it's like if there's too much, obviously they get yeast infections and shit like that. But yeast in
Mhm.
itself is not bad. So
No.
it, like I said, it's not too far fetched, right? But it's just weird. Like, it's not. I mean, to be fair, if you think about it, right, making shit out of yeast, like bread, like fucking
Beer.
like it's weird in itself anyway.
Cookies.
So yeah, it's
Baked
weird.
cookies,
If you
baked
if you
goods.
actually think about it, it's kind of weird anyway. Like,
Pastries.
so like we literally have yeast
Honey
like,
buns.
growing on our fucking skin, obviously just not in crazy amounts. Like we literally have like that's not, isn't that's weird to think about, right? And then we'd be eating it, we'd be drinking shit. Like, nigga, we're weird enough as it is. So this isn't that weird to me. Like, it's just the
But-
fact that it's her, bro. Like, cause
Yeah.
it's like she can't. It's like she's like checking off boxes, bro. She's
She
literally
is,
just checking boxes. Like, she
let's
has
just-
like a- she literally
Revolutionizing the game.
yeah, she's just completing side quests at this point, bro. She's already at the top of her shit. So she's just checking off side quests. Like, it's like, why, bro?
What is this shit called? An actualized person?
Yeah, right?
Self-actualized, self-actualization.
Well, you know, one thing I can always kind of respect from her is that she's always changed the game whenever it
Yeah.
started to get stale. So,
That's a businesswoman
yeah.
right there, bro. Like,
Yeah,
I
she's
that's
just,
the one thing I always respected. She's a businesswoman. All these other motherfuckers, just literally everyone is just following in her fucking footsteps, like, or trying
Exactly.
to at least.
It's the
Like,
next step.
That's crazy to me.
Right, Tabby?
Man,
Damn.
she's not. She's not ugly. She's
Yeah.
an attractive woman. Like, she's doing her thing.
For those of you out there who are tier 3 subs, just don't go crazy
If you
trying
are,
to
get out.
purchase this beer, bro. Like
They will.
First of
They're gonna
all,
do what you hear.
They're gonna do
It's-
it. They're gonna
it's
do
not-
it. They're gonna do it.
it's not from the source.
Bro, listen, no.
It's
listen,
not
bro.
direct from the source.
It's literally gonna be
Don't-
people. They're gonna be like, oh my god, I can't believe I'm getting a taste of Amaranth's coochie. Oh, and it's gonna be
God.
sitting there fucking
Guys,
like,
go out
they're
and meet a
they're
real
gonna put it in a
woman.
fucking glass fucking showcase. Like,
Go out into the community and meet a real woman. You
Ugh.
can do it, guys.
They're gonna
I
put that
have
shit on the
faith
shelf.
in you all. Stop tier 3 subbing and meet a
they're gonna
real
pour that shit in
person
the bathtub and bathe in that shit.
who can actually, you know, they can
I'm actually
you can
drinking her
actually have those
cookies.
feelings back for you. Your feelings will be reciprocated as opposed to just having
Yeah, I
feelings
can't
for a
fucking believe
screen.
it, bro.
Meet a real person. Go out. Do
I
it.
can't fucking believe.
Before this
that
gets
she's
any
been
weirder,
in-
the first
I-
6-pack of it is on me, guys.
Nothing anybody does, nothing anybody does surprises me anymore. The more
No.
surprising part is the people that are actually gonna go out and buy the shit, knowing what it is, and fucking just being like, oh my god, I'm drinking coochie juice. Like, it's those people that like
Coochie, bro.
like it's
pussy
literally
juice,
like
pussy juice, juice boxes,
it just every time something like that.
the little juice
Every
boxes
time
of
someone
pussy
does
juice.
something like this, every
Oh
time
my
someone
God.
does something like this, it just makes me think of all the people that are gonna buy it and fucking make this shit a thing, right? Like when when Bella Delphine was out and everybody was like, "What the fuck is this crazy? What is this crazy chick doing?" And clearly, what she was doing it worked because niggas was buying her fucking bath order, doing all this crazy shit.
Mhm.
Like,
I mean,
Remember
that's sort of how warped everything has become,
to be
right?
fair though,
Like-
she was the perfect example. We were just talking about, I don't
Rem-
want to bring it up. We were
remember-
just talking about how going into porn will ruin your whole shit. She's the
Mhm.
perfect example of why you don't want to do that. Like,
Yeah,
she
yeah,
did it,
I
her career
agree.
is
I agree.
over. Like,
You guys remember the woman that was she was hospitalized because of her diet because she was selling her farts in jars?
What?
You guys don't remember that?
I know you're.
No.
I know you're talking about. I forget their
I
name.
did not
though.
know that.
Yeah.
She was making like 20K a week selling farts in jars, and she was eating nothing but beans and protein. So she had to go to hospital because she
I'm gonna
was,
take a step out.
You guys don't remember this? This is not that
do
long
remember-
ago.
I do remember it, but I didn't want to.
Oh, that is the deep recesses of our brains now.
I either
Smooth brains.
don't remember it, don't recall it, or blocked it from my brain.
Probably all three.
Yo,
That's-
what the actual fuck?
I just
bro?
remember how much bank she was making, bro. I was just like, man, you could at least be smarter about it,
Who's buying this shit?
bro.
It's just people.
Weirdos. There's a lot of
People
weirdos
do
out
not-
there.
What are you
Yeah.
doing with it? You just open it and sniffing it, and then that's it. Your 20K is gone, or
Yeah,
whatever. Your
probably,
fucking
yeah.
money's gone. Like,
Either that, or they're buying it up to resell it to a bigger,
At a higher price, yeah.
at a
you
higher
think
price.
you think these motherfuckers that are buying that shit from these girls are that smart? I don't think so.
I
think
mean,
they're literally out here
they're
fucking-
limited.
Look,
Look,
don't
these guys are
underestimate the collectors, man.
No,
There's
these
probably
guys
at
are
least a
idiots.
few people out there talking about, I have this person's farts in a jar,
Nah.
aged 20 years, worth $50,000 in the old market. Well,
That
I
shit
think you
smell
might be
boiled eggs.
interested.
Nah, bro, I'm straight.
I mean, don't get it twisted. If any of you weird rich motherfuckers out there want to sponsor the stream, I am absolutely for sale. Everyone has a price. I will fart in a jar. Let
said
me
everyone has a
know what I got to do, as long as it was in reason. I remember someone came into my stream and they said that they would sub if I fucked a pumpkin on stream or some shit like that, or stuck a pumpkin in my ass. That's what
Nigga,
they wanted me to do.
nigga.
What?
See, I'm
Yes.
trying to get. See, I gotta leave.
Who said that?
So I don't know, it was some random person.
I have to leave. I have to go. This podcast isn't for me anymore. I signed up for games and bullshit. And
We take
I'm
take
outta
a
here.
few weeks off and we come back and it's like this is what a non-gaming podcast would be about. To
actually ridiculous.
be honest, a non-gaming, non-tech podcast, we'd actually go off the rails. Shout out to all you guys out there. If you want to be
Wow.
part of these discussions, you got to let us know. But let's bring it back. We're talking about streamers. Let's talk about Twitch. TwitchCon happened. Restreaming. They announced restreaming being available for everyone now. You can stream on any platform you choose. Thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, it's about time, first of all. And third of all, they did it in the most weird way. They were like, yeah, you can multi-stream, but you can't use any third-party chat to combine your chats because it's gonna mess up Twitch's
API
you know,
or
like,
something like that?
yeah, and it's
but
just
the
like
thing
that's a
is,
bunch
right,
of bullshit. Like
That's not enforceable. So
Yeah.
basically,
just use it.
we
Yeah,
have
they're not gonna
multi-stream.
force it.
So basically, we
Yeah.
have full-blown multi because they
We do, but I just didn't like how they just
Yeah, it
couldn't
was
just say
stupid.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
But
think
I don't
people
know.
were doing it anyway,
Of
and
course
they had
were
no
doing
way
it
of
anyway, but-
policing it, so they were just
Yeah.
like, I mean, what was it that they showed? Like somebody shared a tweet afterward that they saw the Twitch CEO having like dinner with Ninja, and Ninja obviously he multi-streams. He streams on like TikTok or whatever. So after one dinner, he was just like, yeah, they made the
I do
announcement.
like Dan Clancy seems like he knows what he's doing though. Like I will say that he does seem
For-
like he's
For
like,
rumors being that he was out of touch, it does seem like he's trying
don't
to
know.
it
He might have
sounds
been-
like he's trying to, like, what's it called, not damage control, it just sounds like he's trying to like get in good graces, I guess, of
I
people.
don't know. They were saying he was out of touch. The guy before him, yeah.
The year
Like,
before,
he's
no, the
new.
year before they
Oh.
when he just
He's
came
relatively
on.
new. Yeah.
Yeah. When he just came on and he as the CEO, and someone had like a conversation with him and they were like, yeah, this guy just seems like out of touch, you know what I mean? Like,
I don't know. I just remember seeing a bunch of videos like they were like, yeah, this might be a new direction for Twitch. He seems like whatever, but I don't know. Then he started doing a bunch of interviews with like streamers and all this other stuff, and it's like it seems like they're trying at least, but they're only trying because they have competition right now, and
Yeah.
they're only
Right,
trying
so-
because
Mhm.
like a lot of people, and it's not well, I can't say a lot of people, but their biggest names are leaving, so
Yeah.
they obviously have to do something, right? And this is the first step. I like the little features they're adding, like the little clips and the stories and shit like that. Like that shit's cool.
Yeah.
But this is stuff that we should have been had. As soon as you saw Instagram and YouTube and TikTok and all this other shit, you should have been incorporated that. As soon as YouTube saw TikTok, they added shorts. As soon as YouTube, well, then again, I'm not even gonna talk about YouTube streaming because it's still ass. But
Yeah.
like when you see new players in the game, and they're fucking taking off, you copy that shit ASAP. Twitch was like in its own ass because they were like at the top of the streaming game, right? So they were in their own ass for a hot minute, I feel like. Or they just have people in the higher ups that just aren't like you said, out of touch. But I don't know, man. Twitch, I feel like it's so weird for someone at Twitch to be out of touch, right? Because Twitch grew on that when Twitch was, well, obviously the people that were there left, but
Right, everyone
the
left.
people that were at Twitch like were in tune with the community, like the community as a whole. Like we all understand how Twitch works. We understand like the community aspects of it, the vibe of Twitch, like the emotes, culture, all the other shit, right? And it's like you would think that Twitch out of all these companies would be the most in tune. Like YouTube, I understand, because YouTube streaming has been shit. It's probably always gonna be shit unless someone steps down and unless someone from Twitch goes over to YouTube streaming, right, and fucking revolutionizes that shit. That's the only way that's gonna happen. Because YouTube, you talking about out of touch? YouTube in their streaming department is out of touch. But
I feel like YouTube's super out of
they
touch.
just don't care though. Like they don't give a
that
fuck.
too.
Like,
both.
They
It's
don't have
both
to care
reasons.
about streaming. Yeah, they don't have to give a fuck about streaming. But I don't know, it's cool. Because as one of those people that was like a couple of years ago, I was like, yeah, I don't know if I want to stream on Twitch anymore. I'm like, oh, I might as well now, right? Like, there's no point in not streaming on Twitch now. Like, I don't want to say it's back, but it's not bullshit anymore. Well, it's becoming less and less bullshit. Like,
it's a little better.
Yeah,
Not much
hopefully
better, but
the community is still kind of ass, but that's always gonna be a thing. It's a bunch of kids and fucking, gamer nerds. But whatever.
They're making moves to improve it, but is it gonna be enough? I think time is gonna tell. I think for that.
You gotta think about it. Twitch is still the biggest streaming platform.
Yeah.
Like, so they don't. To be honest, they don't even have to do any of this stuff, and they probably still will be. Because I'll be honest with you, as great as these Kick deals and all this other shit is looking, right? Kick is still Kick ain't that great. Like, I feel like people are being fooled by. You're seeing these top creators go over there because they're getting paid to do it. Like, they're getting millions of fucking dollars to go over to Kick. That has nothing to do with us. You know what I'm saying? Like the smaller people. The main things, right, are like Kick was advertising what the niggas, people getting salaries for they actually getting like hourly paid to stream. We'll see how that pans out, right? Like, that's unbelievable. Like,
because reserved to who? Yeah.
I mean, to be fair.
And then also, if they're paying you, does that mean you're technically an employee of like? I mean, there's questions about that, right?
I mean, no, that doesn't necessarily mean that, because you can get paid as an independent contractor and not be quote unquote employed. So that doesn't it doesn't mean that you're employed. Yeah, like, so the thing, it's just weird because I don't think Kick is gonna have to do some things drastically different for it to really, really go toe to toe with Twitch. Kick is way too like infantile for people to be. I don't know where people are getting this thing like Kick is this huge direct competitor to Twitch. It can be. It potentially can be, right? It's going in a direction where it can be, but it's definitely not there right now. Like, so people that like shit on Twitch, like we shit on Twitch. We were shitting on Twitch all the time, right? At the end of the day, we all knew in the back of our head that Twitch is the place.
I mean, we still
like,
shit on Twitch.
Yeah, like Twitch is still like the place to go to stream, right? But the only problem with Twitch is you can't grow on like all solely on Twitch. That's the only issue.
There's no discoverability, like proper.
The only
you know what I mean? And then not only that, but their entire right, and then their entire player base dwarfs in comparison to like YouTube, right? YouTube, you're reaching who knows how many people in comparison to Twitch's.
Yeah, but not with live.
No, not But I'm just saying in general, in terms. Right, and right, and then and YouTube's problem is like none of this stuff is translating to live streaming, right? So you have to already kind of be established to be an established streamer on YouTube, right? Yeah. For to gain numbers. So, and then for Twitch, you just don't have any discoverability. It's so what's the right word I'm finding? Like over too many people, too many
oversaturated.
Oversaturated, exactly. So, it's interesting. And I also heard that from a couple of people that I guess this year's TwitchCon was not bad.
Yeah, I heard it was actually really good. I heard it was super positive. There was a lot of stuff going on. A lot of the I heard a lot of the Twitch employees were there talking to people too, which is different.
It's a good direction.
Yeah.
Moving in
that's
a
not
good
bad. That's
direction
cool.
as opposed to moving in the wrong direction. I mean,
Yeah.
I think there was something that was kind of released
I mean,
today. I
there was
don't
nowhere
know.
else they could go. They couldn't get any worse.
Don't know how true it is, but apparently like there are reports saying that Twitch is like not gonna get into bidding wars over like streamers or trying to sign streamers just because of like top deals going to like contract, which I
Yeah, that
think
wouldn't
is
make
smart.
sense.
They can't get into this like bidding war. Kick is just gonna outbid themselves eventually, and just they can't maintain, trying to sign everybody and putting like these big number deals out there. Apparently that's not, the big number deals are like all rumors and not true either. So I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I feel like a lot of it is true. Some people are full of cap, but a lot of the like HQC, I'm pretty sure got paid to be over there. Motherfucking like, there are some people over there that I'm like Nick Merckx, I'm sure got paid to be. Like,
Yeah.
The thing is, right? Kick, it's so weird to say. Like it's literally like baby Twitch, right? It's lacking a lot of shit. And the community is just, I feel like it has that community that's just gonna self-implode. Like, it's gonna get to a point where it's Kick is just gonna be, it's already looked at as like the fucking degenerate, if you, the degen version of Twitch, right? If you're a degen, you go to Kick, right? So that's already not a good look. It's funded by a bunch of gambling and all this other shit, and it's like, eventually, I feel like it's gonna get to a point where they're gonna have to, and then you have the Kick, like the Kick people, the Kick CEOs or whatever, like trolling and saying dumb shit on Twitter and stuff. Like, I'm like, this is not how you run like a business. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like this is like some kid like running some kid that hated Twitch and fucking decided he just wanted to create an opposition for Twitch, and he has no idea how to run a business, and he's just fucking trolling and doing all this dumb shit, and it's gonna end up fucking backfiring. I feel like just like Mixer did, and Facebook gaming, all that shit.
Because
like,
Mixer did something very similar, making a bunch of deals with streamers, and even as rich as Microsoft is, they're like, we can't keep this shit up. Shut it down. Like, because it's not even worth anything that they're getting back. Like, what are they getting back?
Because I feel like the only things that are gonna keep Kick afloat are the amount of revenue that the people that they pay to be on there are gonna give them. Like, the amount of revenue that XQC is gonna get them is probably gonna be fine enough for them. The amount of revenue fucking like Nick Merckx and all these other people are gonna give them is probably fine enough for them, right? Like, maybe they can fucking pay for all this shit and start paying people hourly, whatever. That's great, right? But it's still, I feel like it's always gonna be looked at with like this negative like outlook, right? Like who's gonna put sponsors on Kick?
I think
gambling,
gambling. I think some of them are part. I think I don't know. I don't know specifics, but I believe like some of them have it in their contract that they have to do like gambling streams every like.
Yeah, some of them do. Yeah.
So
like,
often as sponsored streams, right? Yeah. Like that, yeah, definitely. XQC, he has to do like gambling streams as like a sponsor stream, but I don't know if Nick Merckx will have to. I really don't care. But
yeah.
I think if it's a sponsored stream, that's part of his contract, and hey, that shows you where their sponsors are and where they're getting their money. It's all from Stake, right? Like Stake is the big money behind Kick.
I feel like something illegal is gonna happen. Is gonna like something crazy is gonna happen. Like, come on, the face of that platform is Aiden Ross. Like, if they're gonna try to do any, if they're gonna try to do any type of serious like. If they're gonna try to be a serious opposition to Twitch, they got to get rid of him as the face of the platform. That's it. Like,
absolutely.
Did you see him getting kicked out of TwitchCon?
Yeah, like that behavior is just like he's too childish to be the face of a platform.
Yeah.
So like I'm not gonna lie to you, I was with Kick when Trainwrecks was out here promoting Kick and you know what I'm saying and talking about it and stuff like that. Not Aiden Ross, bro. Like, at least Trainwrecks has like an understanding of how business works, how shit like this works, right? Like he can actually speak and not sound like a child every time he opens his mouth. Like I was with it at that point. Like
I would even take Amouranth over him. You know? But I think Twitch is in a good position right now, competition wise. They don't need to overstretch themselves. If they honestly just focus on what Twitch is weak at, which is discoverability and new features and stuff like that, and just keep that up and then have the multi-stream ready, then people are going to come to Twitch because it's the best, quote unquote, streaming product. Like that's just
Yeah,
what it's gonna be. You know,
Twitch still has the biggest stream on the planet right now anyway. It doesn't look like he's leaving, so who knows? Like, they can take XQC, they can take Nick Merckx. Nick Merckx, what the fuck was Nick Merckx doing recently anyway? like
I don't know, that new COD is dropping, right?
everyone's just
He ain't
he
playing
doesn't play
COD.
COD anymore.
He doesn't play COD anymore.
He's not?
Like, no.
Nope.
The thing is,
Damn.
like, Kai Cenat ain't going nowhere, and that's their biggest cash cow right now, right? Like, as long as he don't go nowhere, I think they'll be high.
I mean, I
and,
don't
and
know,
if he goes
man.
somewhere, they're gonna get somebody. They're gonna bring somebody else up to the top, like they did with like XQC, fucking. You know what I'm saying? All these other people, they're just gonna find somebody else and just promote them on the front page every fucking day. Like, so it doesn't. It's not like it matters if Kick gets these other people, and or YouTube signs like Ninja and whatever. Like, there's always gonna be somebody new that's gonna rise up, and they're probably gonna like be the face of the platform, whatever, right? Like, who cares? Twitch don't give a fuck. If I was in Twitch's shoes, all I would focus on is improving the platform and keeping up with the times and keeping up with shit that's relevant, not fucking.
And I think that's all they need to do,
features
to be
away.
honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, so, I will say though, shout outs to that one feature where if you ban somebody, they can't watch your stream. God, like, amazing. That is the dopest feature of all time. I can't wait to troll people with that shit.
Oh, the trollers are sweating now.
I'm just gonna ban people and be like, oh, you can't watch my stream tonight, bitch. Okay.
EMP
Can't wait to
Unga
do that.
already pre-banned from so many streams.
Damn. But yeah, I mean, I want Twitch to succeed, right? Because nothing feels like Twitch, bro. Like, you can stream on YouTube, doesn't feel the same. You can stream on Kick, doesn't feel the same. Like, because Twitch is the gaming, like Twitch is gaming, right? YouTube is everything. Kick is just whatever. Like, Twitch is just, you go to Twitch, you know there's going to be gaming centric people there. People that are interested in games are going to be there. Like, obviously you got the hot tubs and the just chatting, all that shit, but most of the people on Twitch are playing games. Like, so I don't think anything's ever going to feel like that or capture that, like, that atmosphere. Everyone knows, like, you know what I'm saying? Everyone knows the omega lols and the fucking the emotes, the pogs, and whatever the hell you know what I'm saying? Everybody knows this culture already. So
Right.
You what culture is on YouTube streaming? The fact that it sucks? Everyone knows that it sucks? Like, what culture is on Kick?
The smiley emoji. Just the
Yeah,
smiley
Their
emoji.
emotes are terrible.
Yeah, the only culture on
Terrible.
Kick is degeneracy. So it's like,
Yeah.
but to be fair, Twitch, that was Twitch too. So you never know. Kick could blow up into something.
You know what? I do see that I don't know. Of the YouTube, I can only speak from my experience. Of the YouTube streams that I kind of tune into every once in a while, more often than not, aside from like presentations and stuff like that, because whatever, they seem more on the mature side.
They are.
So that's cool, but everything else is kind of whatever.
They're more on the mature side because the culture isn't like that's why I said like Twitch as a culture is gaming people and kids, right? So of course it's gonna seem like less mature, like relatively, right? Because it's just a bunch of gaming nerds and kids just joking around, talking shit. Like, gamers have in the gaming community, we have our own that's our own culture. That's literally like we troll, like we say dumb shit. We all know like the memes, like we all know like everyone gets it. Like when you make a joke, when you put an emote up in Twitch chat, everyone knows what that emote means, right?
Mhm.
Like everyone so YouTube, you get on there, it's probably just a bunch of, I don't know. YouTube just feels what's the word? What's a good word for it? It feels sterile. That's what it feels like. Like
Good word.
but I mean, it makes sense because YouTube streaming is probably going to forever be in its infantile state until they make changes, right? Until they start promoting streams, until they start adding better features to streaming and shit like that. It's probably going to always feel like sterile because they don't care.
Well, it just feels ignored. It feels ignored, and
Exactly,
everyone
yeah.
feels it. You know what I mean? Like it's one of those things. People have been screaming for changes for like 3 years now, right? Roughly 3 years now. That hey, man, YouTube, you gotta iron. The iron's hot. You can strike, and they have yet to strike with anything meaningful and run with it.
What they did was the only I feel like there was a fork in the road, right? And it was at the perfect time. The fork in the road, left was let's focus on YouTube streaming, and right was let's compete with TikTok and add YouTube Shorts. This was all at the same time. like what, like 2021 or something like that, or 2020. I think it was like early 2021 or 2020. That was the fork in the road, and they chose YouTube Shorts, and it paid off for them. So I don't think they give a fuck about streaming yet. Like that YouTube Shorts fucking did wonders for them. So I don't blame them for going that route, for taking that route. But obviously, I would have preferred them, to focus more on the streaming side. But hey, maybe they will one day. Who knows?
I guess they're not in any rush, right?
Yeah, they don't have to. Like, what the fuck? Shit.
Yeah.
Twitch, that's Twitch's business, right? They have to. So they better be making fucking attempts to improve their shit because they have to. Like, Facebook didn't have to. Microsoft clearly, doesn't have to. Fucking Kick doesn't have to either because they got all this damn money anyway.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. It's crazy, man. That's probably a super hard business to run. Like, I don't envy them. Like, that's probably a super hard business to run a streaming platform like that.
Well, because you're beholden to advertisers ultimately, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, they also got to listen to Amazon too, right? Twitch has to listen to ultimately Amazon higher up decisions and making sure that profit margins and all of that look good. Like, so that's one of the major concerns, is that they're going to be pushing too far for that and just going to eliminate.
One thing I'm surprised about that I still think it's going to happen, but hopefully it doesn't. I have a feeling that Twitch Prime subs are going to go away one day. I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like it's possible to happen. I feel like I don't know. Like, that would suck though, because that's a lot of.
It's a huge revenue huge revenue loss for a lot of streamers.
I don't think that would be huge if they did that shit, but I have
it would hurt certain streamers super bad, because I know a lot of people mainly rely on the Prime subs. Like 60% of their revenue is probably from Prime subs.
Yeah. Like, that shit's crazy. But I still think it's gonna happen. I don't know. But if it does happen, they would have to do that shit and introduce like an alternative at the same time. There's no way they can get rid of Amazon Prime subs and not have something in its place. That would be people would fucking riot. I guarantee people would be so pissed. Like, oh, I'm not streaming on Twitch no more. Like, that would be crazy. To be fair though, I wonder how much money they gain. They probably gain more money off Amazon Prime subscriptions, right, than anything Twitch related, right? So,
well, I think Amazon would be more happy with that versus Twitch. I think ultimately, and that's what matters to Amazon.
Yeah, so now that I think about it, they wouldn't. I don't think Amazon will let them get rid of it, because that's an Amazon Prime sub. It might not be money in Twitch's pocket, but it's money in Amazon's pocket. Like, so
it's better for them.
Yeah, exactly. So who knows? Yeah. Yeah,
true. I believe it is money in Twitch's pocket though, because they get half of the sub revenue for the Prime subs as well.
Yeah, but it's not money.
Yeah,
it's not actual.
I think they get half of the Prime sub. Yeah, I think. I don't know what the percentage is, but I think they do get.
Yeah, but it's not money though. Like,
it's not profit. It's not Amazon profit, right? Like it's more so
because it's more like a voucher than anything, right?
Yeah, it's like a $5 coupon, right?
Yeah,
where, because you're paying for Prime, and Prime is already expensive as it is, so you're basically getting like $5 off of something if you claim it, so to speak, right? So what are they losing? They're losing $2.50 for every time somebody claims it for a streamer per month, because the streamer gets the $2.50. But it's like, is it that big of a loss for them?
Yeah, exactly. I don't
think so.
Yeah, probably. So maybe never mind. They probably. It's just that Twitch kept talking about, oh man, we're losing this money. We have to do this, and we have to get rid of the 70-30 split. We got to do this, we got to do that, because it's hard to make money. I'm like, damn, I guess really that bad out here? Y'all don't got no Amazon money?
Well, it's not only that, but they also, I think their main stuff is in California, and that real estate is super expensive. If they move to a smaller place, I'm sure it'd be fine.
I don't know.
Whatever.
AWS servers all over the place.
I think the streaming platform is going to be an interesting thing to see over the next year, 2 years, see how things develop.
To be fair, we said that 2 years ago.
And it has been
It's
It hasn't been
it's
fast.
Interesting.
It's been interesting, but it hasn't
been weird.
Yeah, it
It's
hasn't.
been going slower than what we
there
thought.
haven't been any
It's been going
major
slower.
developments. Yeah, it's
been
just
very
kind of like
turbulent.
it's static for the most part, though.
Like, I don't know
Right.
what the hell's going on. It's like majority bad, and now it's like looking up. Like, so yeah. Because when YouTube, everyone was like, yeah, YouTube this, YouTube that, and Facebook this, Facebook that, Mixer this, Mixer that, and everything just crashed. Like, I don't know.
Well,
Crazy.
what's next, Freak?
All right, we got couple things that we could get into, but we could get into Best Buy no longer selling physical media. It was a rumor a couple of weeks ago, but then that rumor quickly turned into a confirmation that they're shutting down some stores. I think are actually getting shut down, but they're also just gonna stop selling like physical media, like CDs, DVDs, things like that, things of that nature, so to speak.
Well,
Gotcha.
can't say
So
I didn't call it like 80 months ago, but you know.
yeah, but it's really interesting. Do you feel? I feel like this was gonna happen anyway, but I'm interested to hear what you guys feel about it. Do you guys feel like this is a result because of, I don't know if you heard, well, specifically in California, I guess, that there's been an increase of like robberies and stuff like that. Do you feel like this rushed that, or do you feel like it was gonna happen no matter what?
I doubt it. There's robberies all over the place. I don't think that would influence. Like, let's be real, right? The amount of people robbing stuff pales in comparison to the amount of people buying stuff. So I don't think that has an effect. But
I think it was an eventuality, especially the way like media has progressed. Like, there was a time.
Didn't I say this 2 months ago?
Yes.
Of course, we all said this.
There was a time when I used to look forward to walking into Best Buy on a Tuesday afternoon, coming home from work, and see what new movies were out, what new Blu-rays and what games were out, because that's when games used to actually drop on a Tuesday.
Yep.
And then they also dropped new DVD sales and everything. Tuesday was the universal media release day, right? And occasionally I would buy a DVD, I would buy a Blu-ray, I would buy a game or something and bring it home. And I can't even remember the last time I did that. And I don't even use the Blu-rays that are on my bookshelf. They're just kind of more like for show now. So it's like, media has changed. It's outgrown that physical base, especially in the movie sense, right? Like, I don't know anybody who still buys DVDs. Everyone just streams everything now, or so I don't know. It's kind of, I guess, shocking it's taken this long for Best Buy to make that move to do that. I mean, they still make tons of sales as far as like hardware, TVs, and a lot of people don't know. Like a lot of people maybe don't know or slips their mind that they still sell like home appliances, like washer dryers, like things like that, like microwaves. Like you can get all that stuff at Best Buy as well. Yeah.
But that dwindling section of DVDs and all the other shit.
That used to be a major section for them.
It of course it was. It was a major section for a lot of people, GameStop included. Like, but come on, like this.
But the thing is, they can't compete with the comfort. Like I can download literally anything or buy anything literally in my fingertips. Why am I gonna go walk someplace? You know what I mean? Like, I guess before it used to be a social event, right? With like, oh yeah, let's go to midnight release. Let's go get Spider-Man, right? And and wait around and geek about it, and then we get it. Like, yeah, man, go enjoy the game, bro. But we've lost that kind of. It's not really a thing anymore. So
Spider-Man is a bad example because there was a long midnight release line somewhere for Spider-Man 2 release. I don't remember where it was. I know, but that's just
but they just got the digital copy. Yes.
it used to be like that for not just, it didn't used to be specific cases. It used to be like that for majority of games. Every Tuesday night you would or every Monday at midnight you'd start to see people like lining up, and you'd be like, oh, what's coming out this week? I forgot. You know what I mean? Like, you just don't see that shit anymore.
Robberies didn't excel that shit. COVID did.
Oh, also, COVID definitely had a huge effect on it. But also, do you guys feel like moving it from Tuesday to Friday, did that have a huge
They didn't really move it. It's Tuesday still the day. It's just a lot of other like big like the big AAA blockbuster games moved to Fridays. But the majority of games still launch on Tuesday. Like the majority of media still launches on Tuesday. So it never changed. Yeah.
Game
Gotcha.
releases moved to like, or it was the store update for the consoles. When they used to do the weekly store update, that moved from Tuesday to Thursday,
Yeah.
and
like,
then
most games still.
so they
come
followed
out.
suit with like game releases. So it depends. Some of them still release whenever the hell they want. Some, and then some of the bigger releases they just drop on Thursday at midnight.
The last time I went to any place to buy a piece of physical media was when I went to go trade in my PS4 original to get a PS4 Pro, and that was in 2016, I think, right? Yeah, like that had to have been 2016. That was the last time, and I hadn't been to GameStop before that. Shit, I don't even remember.
I'm surprised GameStop is still alive. I don't know how they're hanging in there.
GameStop is still alive because they sell other shit now.
Yeah,
Like
they're like not Hot Topic. They're like a Spencer. They like sell like a bunch of like nerd culture stuff too.
Oh, really? That's a
Yeah.
smart move, actually.
Yeah, but they're going out of business. They're closing down stores all over the place. Like it's inevitable for them. So I don't know. It's just another week. All right, we already know we're going in this trajectory. It's happening, and sorry, I used to love my physical media and all that shit too. It's not like they're getting rid of collector's editions and all that shit, because that's the main argument everybody keeps bringing up. Man, but I like buying physicals when I want to get my collector's edition, blah blah blah. I'm like, all right, well, they're still gonna do that, but when you're gonna get a digital code in the box.
But now they just like yes, but now even
Enjoy
with
your
that
statue.
though, you pre-order it and they just ship it to you.
That's what I'm saying.
You don't even go
digital
anywhere.
code in the box.
And you get a digital code in the box. No, you don't get a game disc.
Yep.
And it's just like nothing beats the convenience of like I gotta put on my pants, step
I gotta
outside,
put on my pants.
and go drive down or take the bus down or walk down, however you get there, to a GameStop or a Best Buy to pick up a game or even buy a movie that I can look up on my Apple TV and rent it for $3.99 when I'm not even gonna like use the disc after. I'm just gonna see it probably once or twice anyway, and then that's it. So it's like nothing beats that convenience. Like I don't even gotta put on pants.
Yep.
Well, you know the thing with like physical copies of movies, like back in the day, I used to enjoy buying DVDs because I was one of those nerds who enjoyed watching like the special features and the behind the scenes of a movie,
too.
and I really enjoyed that thing. But then somewhere down the line, they stopped doing that. Like even if you bought the physical copy of stuff, there was no special stuff. Obviously, there was a few outliers and exceptions, but like the majority of how things were doing, it was just the movie. And then for me, it's like, okay, look, I wouldn't mind going out getting a physical copy of a thing if it had all these extra features, so I could really like enjoy the movie and appreciate the art and the stuff. Especially for me, I'm an actor, right? So it's cool for me to learn about stuff like that. But now, like, if you're just gonna have the movie, why would I do that versus just downloading it at home and I have the movie in like 10 minutes?
And to be fair, a lot of like studios and like especially with like big movies, they just upload that shit on YouTube, on a YouTube channel somewhere. Like, oh, you want behind the scenes? Watch this YouTube video, or watch this other shit, or put in this code to get this shit. Like, so the thing is, right? The thing about movies back in the day, because I used to love buying Blu-rays as well. The thing about Blu-rays and shit like that back in the days was streaming quality wasn't what it is now, right? Blu-rays always had, I'm pretty sure they still do to an extent, way better quality if you cared about shit like that, right? Like, I remember I used to get Blu-rays because I remember I first got my first like 4K TV, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, yeah, I gotta play Blu-ray so I gotta fucking get the best quality, all this shit. And then now you could just stream 4K, HDR, everything, like, and it's lossless, everything looks great, right? You know, back in the day, Netflix quality was trash in comparison to how it is now. Like, a lot of shit was garbage. Now, there's no difference. There's literally no point. Like yeah, I like Blu-ray quality. I mean, everything is Blu-ray quality. Everything's great. The fuck? So it's like that's gone. What else? Like you said, all the additional like benefits you would get for buying a Blu-ray, like the special features, all that shit, gone. Like all you got in a Blu-ray box, starting from like, what was the last Blu-ray I got? The last Blu-ray I bought
like 2-3 years ago. It's just like the code, right?
Nah, the last Blu-ray I bought was, I think, Doctor Strange, right? And you know what that came with? They were doing this way before Doctor Strange, but you know what that shit came with?
Right.
It came with the code to go get the digital version. Like,
Yeah, they
that's
were
what it
doing
came
that
with.
for a
Right, that's what
long
I'm saying.
time, though.
Yeah, they were doing that
Yeah,
forever.
they were doing that for
so
years.
they were already planting the seeds for that shit.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, since I think even before the pandemic, really.
hell, you way before. Hell yeah,
Yeah, way
like, since,
before.
like,
Way before.
2012. Way
Like
before
20,
even, like
2013, 2014,
yeah,
something like that.
like
Yeah.
even before like the PS4 and all that shit, they were doing that stuff, and I was like, well, and I used to look at that code and be like, I don't want that shit, and then now it's like, that's
I was
all
like,
I
where
want.
them codes at?
Yeah, right. That's all I want. But nah, those codes were fortunate though, because it would be like you would have to watch it on their specific fucking
Yeah,
shit or
you
whatever.
would
It
have
was
to get,
trash. Like,
However, there's a few that I had that if you link your YouTube account to that stream service, whatever it is that
yeah,
they want you to
Transformers,
download the phone,
Yeah, I had
you
that,
can
yeah.
watch it on YouTube. It adds to
Yeah.
your YouTube account as well.
Okay,
So, yeah,
yo,
it's a-
I'll tell you the last one that I kind of treasured that I bought. Well, I bought other ones since then, but it's probably the Dark Knight Collector's Edition where it comes with the Batman
Oh, I have
cowl.
that. Yes, I have
And
that.
then yes. So
That's
one,
special.
that one I really appreciate. That one's special.
Yeah.
I'll go out of my way for something like that, but like that has to be something like super near and dear in my heart. You know,
I got that on
And then
Amazon
even-
though.
You did? Well, I
Yeah,
got
yeah,
it.
they shipped that to
old
me.
school. I got it in Walmart. I think is where I got it, and I took it. But yeah,
I
man,
don't know.
rip,
Yeah.
rip physical.
I'm just gonna keep saying it. I say it every time. Like, sorry guys. It's like
Yeah.
get with it.
Get
Because
with
that's the future.
it. Get
Sorry.
your large
It's not even the future anymore, it's
storage
literally now.
devices. Yeah,
Like-
get your large storage devices ready. You're gonna need them.
Yep.
Get those SSDs going.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Last
No, no,
physical
SSD's going.
last physical game I actually bought was Spider-Man PS4.
Last physical game.
Oh no, I'm lying. I think it was Red Dead 2. Red Dead 2. Yep.
What was the last physical game I got? The last physical game I got was Killzone Shadowfall because it came with the PS4 bundle.
That's the,
And I
the
traded that shit in because so I can download it.
Red Dead 2 was the last one I actually like got put on pants,
Oh,
left my house, and bought the physical. The last physical game I think I bought, but after that is the Streets of Rage 4. It was a special limited run games Sega Genesis case for the Switch version.
Hella funny because I got the FF7 remake fucking special edition, $300. Came with a digital code.
Digital codes. I think
Actually,
that's
no. It came with the game, but I sold it.
I feel
I
like
sold that
collector's
motherfucker.
editions that come with digital codes are like, I think that's robbery. I think you should at least get a
I don't
damn
think so
disc.
because I don't
know,
want the
man.
disc.
I think
Like,
it depends on what you want though. Like if you
it's-
want it,
because
yeah.
you know what? The only reason I would want, I don't even want the disc. I like the steelbook cases. But you
That's
can
true
get the
too.
steelbook case
Some
without the
people
disc.
do. Some people do like
Like-
the steelbook case just to put
but
it
you
on
don't
a
need the
bookshelf.
game.
Some people just like that aspect of
Yeah.
putting things on a shelf. You know.
Yeah, I love the steelbook cases, but I don't need the game in it. Like,
Yeah, I like the
I'm
steelbook
straight.
cases. But I'd never put the game in them though.
man,
I don't know why.
Like, what the fuck?
I just left them in the regular
Yeah,
case.
I think the last physical thing I bought was probably for the Switch, but I think it's because it came with the Switch.
Yeah, exactly. That's
So-
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like the last, like Zelda came with my Switch. That's the only cartridge I have. Killzone Shadowfall came with my PS4. I sold that shit and got and downloaded digitally. Like, I tell the story all the time, bro. 360, I had Street Fighter 4, man. I played the living hell out of that game. It got scratched, so I could only play training mode, bro. I could literally only
Oh,
play the training
no.
mode stage. So if I was playing online and I was like, yo, pick training mode, please, pick training mode. They wouldn't pick it. Disc is unreadable. Send me back to the dashboard. so after that, and then guess what? I couldn't open my Xbox disc tray to take it out because the disc tray was stuck. So I just said, you know what? I'm just gonna
no.
download it. And then ever since then, it was a wrap. I'm like, I'm never buying a game again. Never buying a disc again.
Physical media. Downside of physical media.
Yo,
Yep.
you know what? Real talk. I think I actually probably stopped buying physical ever since I got the PS3 Yellow Light of Death. I think that's like after that moment happened for me, and I bought a new one.
Mhm.
It was like,
Yep. And that was
You know, like, never again, never again.
2011 when I got my upgraded internet and it fucking I could just download a game like instantly and I was like, all right, That's it. Like, I'm never buying these shits again.
I feel like in New York it was a little slow, or being from New York is a little slow because you get the mom and pops that break street date, so sometimes
That
you
was
can
the
get a
only time.
game.
That's different.
That's-
yeah,
I think
yeah.
that's the
time I
only-
did it, and that was very specific games. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't do that for every game. The only game I did that for was RE5, FF13, Marvel
Yeah.
vs. Capcom 3. Like, and that was a long time ago.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
now,
That's what I'm thinking
obviously-
about the last time. Like, because when
Yeah.
I made the transition to digital, the 1st game that I think that I bought digital that I was like really like midnight release, it kind of turned me, and I was like, I'm buying all my games like this from now on. Was Bloodborne. Because I had to
Yep.
stay. I stayed in my house, and I saw that countdown, and I was like, I could just play it at midnight. I don't got to go anywhere, and it was super convenient. But I started hating at all the people who had the early copy from the mom and pops
we
that
know
broke
your hater
street
story.
dates,
Yeah,
and I was reporting every Twitch
Reporting
stream.
Like,
I
I'm
was-
not gonna lie.
I was hating.
I remember, I used to get really fucking like frustrated at. I'm trying to think, what game was it? What the fuck game was it? I think it was Guilty Gear. I think it was Guilty Gear, right? Where it released digitally super early in like Japan or Southeast Asia or something like that. I think it came out like 2 weeks early or something like that, right? And I was like, I'm gonna download this, and I still had it before the mom and pop shops had it over here. So I was like, this is amazing, right? So, but like, there were just situations where I was like, this literally, I'm never buying a physical game again. And come on, bro. Like, who's trying to deal with this getting scratched, fucking opening a disc tray, taking a disc out, putting it in the case, taking the other game out, putting it back in, and doing all that shit? Like, who wants to deal with all that, bro?
Okay, do you guys remember the situation back in the 90s where you lend a game to a friend and then came back and it's hella
And it was
scratched
fucked
up?
Yeah.
And then you tried to load up the game and then it wasn't working. So you know what you did? You opened the CD case, you brought it up to the light, you brought up the alcohol, you sprayed it,
Yep.
and then you whistled it and then you
Yeah.
dried it right from the inside center to the outside, and
Remember
you do
blowing
that all
cartridges?
around. Yep.
Like, I'm good.
That reminds me of a time where we were playing some sports game on Dreamcast, and somebody yanked the controller too hard out of salt, and the Dreamcast fell off like the little ledge that it was on. It just like fell down like a little slope. All it did was like a small little doop, but then all you hear is the disc on the inside going, because it dislodged and it was getting scraped up.
And Dreamcast discs were the worst. They got scratched super easily.
Yeah.
And you know what's
they
crazy,
did.
bro? Shout outs to the Xbox 360, but if you so much as slanted, tilted that shit slight like a centimeter, that all you heard was your disc was
Yeah,
getting
I
grinded
remember
and you
that.
have the ring on it. Like,
I remember I went to a friend's house and I was like, oh, you could put this vertically too, and I grabbed it while he was playing.
No.
And all you hear is that just sounded like a fucking fax machine going over. So,
God, that's pain. That is fucking pain, bro. 360, like, come on, man. Like, let's be realistic, bro. Who the fuck wants that? Hey, you just brought up a good point. Like, the motherfucker yanked out the fucking controller. Remember when we had wired controllers? Get the
wired
fuck outta here, bro.
controllers.
Like,
bro.
get the heck out of here.
That takes me back. Wired controllers. I appreciate the advancements. I do think there is something to having, like, you know, everyone likes the bookshelf thing, right? Like, you got books on a bookshelf, or you get like
People
games,
like
movies, and
tangible
stuff like
things they
that.
can
Yeah,
feel and see, like,
people like
whatever.
that stuff. I understand
I get
that.
it. Like, I have
There's
these
just
speakers
nothing-
sitting right next to me that
Yeah.
are great to look at. But that doesn't
Nothing
mean
beats the
that- you know what I'm saying?
convenience,
Like,
though. The convenience is just, it's easy. The down, yeah, there's downsides, right? Like, I can't lend my shit out to somebody, right? Understandable, but like, who am I lending games to now anyway? I'm a grown ass man. Like, I'm not lending games to friends or borrowing
and
Funny
games
you
from
say that.
friends. You know?
And you say that because Sony just put out a video a few months ago where, like, I've been console sharing games with people forever, right? Since PS3, right? But they made it seem like it was a bannable thing, so no one ever spoke about it. But when the PS5 dropped, actually no, it wasn't when the PS5. It was like 5 months ago, I think. They were like, here's how you share your games with people, blah blah blah. And I'm like, wait, they're allowing you to do this now? Like, so you can't even say that anymore. You can still lend people shit. All you gotta do is just give them your fucking, like, just put your shit
It's
on
a
your
it's a
fucking PlayStation and boom.
share account, right? Yeah,
it's-
yeah. But
yeah,
it's
you can do it on
limited. They
Steam,
don't.
like
I think it's like limited in some way. No, like
nah,
there's.
nah. Literally, I did
I
that
think
shit with one of
maybe
my
you
boys.
guys can't play
You
the
can't
game
play
at the same
You
time.
time.
can.
Yeah.
Yes, you can. Yes,
You can?
You
I remember
literally can.
before
Yes,
it
you
was
can.
something like that.
Nah, the PS one has always Steam is the only one where you can't play online at the same time. On PS and Xbox, you can definitely play online at the same time. I've been doing it for years. Like I've been doing
It's
it since PS3. Like one of my boys wanted to play Guilty Gear, we were playing Guilty Gear. One of my boys wanted to play Tekken, we were playing Tekken. Like that's you can do it. There's ways to do it. People
Yeah.
are just dumb and lazy. Like
True.
so people are always gonna find reasons to complain about shit. So I don't know. Get with it, motherfucker. I've been on this train forever. People have been on this train forever. Like we just been laughing at y'all motherfuckers. Like you like the physical. Like look, I love physical shit. Look, I don't like this, but I like the cases, right? I like the steelbook cases. I like the figures that come with shit. Like I love that stuff. But you can get all of that without a fucking disc. Like fuck a disc. Fling that, toss that shit out the window. Like fling that shit like a frisbee somewhere.
And not only that,
Like-
but like saying, you know, you live in a small place, right? Like eventually all those physical copies and stuff like adds up. And then
I used to be one of those people. I used to love having like a stack of fucking looking at my stacks of games fucking pile up and shit. I used to love that shit. Then after a while I was like, damn,
I need space.
look all that space I just freed up by getting rid of all those shits. Like, what the hell? Also, I was gonna bring it up earlier, I forgot. I used to have a really bad habit of I was part of that trading culture, right? Where I get a game, I beat it, I go trade it in, right? I get it, I get a new game, beat it, trade it in. Trade in a bunch of games. I was that one person, I would regret it. Like, I'll never forget the last time I did it, right? I went to go trade in Bayonetta. Everyone knows it's one of my favorite games of all time. I was like, man, I'm done with this game. I'm not gonna play it anymore. Went to go trade it in. Like a few months later, I was like, damn, I shouldn't have traded that shit. Let me go get it again. And then I was like, you know what? Never mind. I'm just gonna download it so I never feel the urge to trade that shit in again. You know what I'm saying? And then like with fighting games, I would do that shit all the time and be like, yeah, I'm gonna trade this. I don't play this game anymore. I'm gonna go trade it in. Then like a few months later, we get like an update or something. I'm like, fuck, why'd I trade that shit in? Now I want it again. So I was just like, I'm just gonna download shit and just never have to worry about that. Because it used to be hella easy back when you could just trade. Well, before GameStop started being retarded, like you could go trade in a game, get like $40, and then get a new game for $20. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit used to be fire. I used to love that. That was one of the arguments that you could make. You can't make the argument anymore because you ain't getting shit for no game traders nowadays. Like,
nope.
yeah,
so
That's why
you get
GameStop is going out of business.
yeah, right? Like, so I just wanted to, what's the argument now? Is there an argument for physical media now outside of the very niche collectors, right? I think that's the only argument you can make is if you like collecting this.
Yeah.
That's super niche. These businesses don't give a fuck about that.
Yeah,
But,
and I think the one argument I would have, it doesn't really apply to just physical or digital, but it's just more so of the game conservation thing and being able to play your fucking games.
True. Very true. Very true.
You know what I mean? Because like digital suffers from this because then if the server's down, you can't even download your game anymore, or they pull it off the store and you're unable to install it or re-download it, right? Like there's things like that, but
that's been gone for 2 generations already.
yeah.
Because even the PS4, you're not going to be able to even play most of those games anyway on that console.
Yeah, and I think that's the issue, because if I like, let's say I have a PS4 and I want to download a game that I have and I want to play it, there are some games that you just can't do that. And I think that's the bigger problem. That has nothing to do with physical copies or not, because even if you have that disc, some discs don't even work because you need that online connectivity regardless of the game. Or some physical discs, they've been doing this for a while, some physical discs were just a portion of the install file, and then the rest of it you download digitally anyway. So since PS3 they've been doing shit like that. So it's like,
I mean, you have console CMOS batteries that are just gonna literally die.
It's just more so of a game conservation factor that is always going to be a constant issue, but it's even more so of an issue now with games requiring like servers and things like that to be up, even if it's an offline game or something like that. You know what I mean?
It's always going to be an issue because these businesses are fucking stingy.
Yeah.
And if you like, yeah, we know emulation, blah blah blah. Right? We know like
it's not ideal. It's an option, but it's not ideal. Yeah.
But emulation is always going to be like, because I'm sorry, most of the consoles, like let's say we're talking about old ass SNES consoles, right? Your shit's gonna die, regardless of like it doesn't matter what you do. Unless you're technical and you know how to replace CMOS batteries, fucking upgrade your shit. You know what I'm saying? Which most people are not doing, right? Unless you know how to do any of that, you're not keeping that. That console's not playing games, and it's probably not playing games. If you had your shit back when it was new, your shit doesn't play games right now. Like,
also, don't CDs start degrading after like 15 years?
I have no idea. Probably.
That's a good question.
Yeah.
So that argument can be made regardless of if we have physical or digital. So it's like,
that's what I mean. That's why I said it's not really an argument for physical. It's both. It's game conservation from the PS3 360 generation moving forward.
And it's so weird, right? Because they say, like if you emulate, obviously there's two different options, right? You can pirate shit, or you can dump your own fucking copies of the games, right? But there's literally no way for any of these businesses to know that you're doing either one, right? So it's like, it comes a point where it's like, oh man, I don't want to talk about this yet, but it's like Nintendo, right? We already know Nintendo does not want people playing Melee anymore. They don't want you playing that game anymore, right? Like, they will literally, they're shutting down. They're trying to shut that shit down completely.
No.
They want people to play. Nah, people are still gonna play it. Like, and not at like big fucking events. People didn't really look into that. It'll be fine. But Nintendo clearly doesn't want people to play their old game. They want people to play the new game, whatever they put money into, whatever their new fucking shit is. Play that shit. Don't play our old ass over fucking a decade old game, right? Two decades now, right? Am I bugging?
Almost 3. Almost
like,
2.5.
Like, so that's a great example where it's like, well, what if I want to play Melee for the rest of my fucking life? Like, you know what I'm saying? like most of these fucking nerds, like, what if I want to play Melee for the rest of my fucking life? You have no way of getting that game. So how else are you gonna get it?
Here's how Nintendo has that answer to that. Just watch an episode of Hoarders, and they're the person who comes in and like, yeah, you gotta get rid of that.
You gotta get rid of that shit. Sorry. They're gonna bust into somebody's room with their fucking Nintendo shrine or all their old ass GameCube games.
With like, the ninjas?
Yep. Like, nope. Play our new shit. Fuck this old shit. Like, I don't know.
You have to let it go. Damn.
That's a hard topic because it's like, man, me personally, I already know. I have a full ass hard drive that's dedicated to all of my fucking ISOs and fucking ROMs and shit. Because you're not getting me. I'm gonna have my shit for life. Like, I don't care what I gotta emulate it on, whatever, bro. Like, that was one of the main reasons I even built the PC in the first place. It wasn't to play new shit. It was to now play old shit. Like, so they not gonna get me with that shit.
So what's that meme? You buy a $3,000 top of the line PC to play 30-year-old games, and then the guy's like, it's a simple life.
60 FPS, bro.
Yep.
It's just a simple life, bro.
I wanted to play Phantasy Star Online 2 and fucking what other game? I wanted to play some PS2 shit, and that was it. That was the main reason why I built my PC. It just so happened that I discovered the fucking, the glories of fucking PC gaming and shit through that. I just wanted to play my old shit at 60 FPS and all other shit. I was like, damn, why not? Because these companies ain't gonna do it for us. These dumb motherfuckers they literally have the means to let us do this, and they won't do it because so they can make some money. So I'm gonna. And
by the way,
like,
I'm ready to give that money away. By the way,
that's what I'm saying. Like, bro, when they announced the Nintendo Online shit, I was like, okay, but I knew they were gonna do some bullshit, right?
Yeah.
Like, if someone did that right, I'm paying for that shit ASAP. But the only problem is a new console's gonna come out. They're gonna fucking take all that shit off and restart it. This is why I don't understand Nintendo. First of all, Nintendo has one of the most sought after, demanded fucking back catalog of fucking games, right? Everybody will play their old shit to this day. But for some reason, to this day, the best online shop they ever had was the Wii fucking
Wii. The Wii
shop,
right?
Right? And for some reason, they got rid of that shit. Like, if I'm gonna pay for something like that, if I'm gonna buy all those games, right? Why would I not want that to carry over to Switch, the Wii U, whatever the Switch. I think they carried over to the Wii to the Wii U actually. But why would if you're gonna pay for a service like that? I feel like that should be like its own separate thing. It shouldn't be attached to whatever console you have at the time. You should be able to buy something and be like, okay, well, I have all this, which is why I'm a huge like supporter of shit going cloud. Once we get to the point where it's, good for everybody. Well, I mean, it's good for me, so I technically don't give a fuck about y'all. Fuck y'all. But because to be fair, right? That's the only way that I see it being like easily accessible for us to access old shit is if it's like in the cloud somewhere, some online shit you can just like Netflix, right? You can just go find an old movie, put it on, boom. Go find an old game, play it, boom. That's the only way I could see it like working. Like am I wrong? Like, so people arguing against that, it's like yeah, we won't have it physically, but that's the only way I can see us fucking having a future where we can play all this old shit. Like,
I mean, and then here's the thing too. Nintendo has the architecture to be able to properly emulate these things 100%.
Do they?
Right? I mean, they should.
Oh, man.
They should. They definitely
they should.
Do they?
They should. They own it, so they should.
When they first started dropping those videos of online Mario Kart 64, and it was all
look, I know.
Bro.
Look, guys, I know, but that doesn't dispute the fact that they should have the capacity to, because they own it. It's not like emulators where programmers have to guess the architecture and figure it out.
When those stories that come out when you hear about the devs that lost the source code for the game that they made.
Oh my god! Remember they said that about the Transformer games a few months back that they lost the source code, and then someone had to come back and be like, actually, we have them all. That's
hello?
Cap.
What the? These are the companies that we expect to fucking be able to listen. I'm sorry, like these guys are stupid, bro. Like, I don't give a fuck. You guys are idiots. Like, oh man. Like,
but they're all making more money than us. God damn.
I mean, I know a bunch of idiots that make more money than me. So that don't mean shit. Like,
no, it doesn't. It doesn't. Like, but it does. But it hurts a little. That's all.
Yeah, it does. but like, the thing is, I'm all for this cloud future, bro. I want to be able to fucking act. I want gaming Netflix where I could just click on the game, click on motherfucking Super Mario World, fucking Yoshi's Island. You know what I'm saying? Like fucking.
This man's ready for cyberspace, bro. To just get a shot in the booty and to just get eject in the other space.
Well, I don't know about the shot in the booty. I mean, whatever. Shit, if that's what it takes, whatever, bro. Like, if that's what it takes, a shot in the ass for me to be able to play everything at will or whatever, at the click of a button, I'll take it. Like,
yes. All right, Freak, what's next?
I think that's gonna be it for the night. We're approaching.
I feel like we just started.
I know, but we're already approaching an hour 15. I think that's a good amount. Because I feel like anything else now. I mean, it's just it's just all stuff that we've talked about before.
Future, guys. That's literally it, man. Like,
just be open to it. Try it. You'll see. And then it starts to become a habit. And then you'll just like that. I mean, that's what happened to me. I was like, you know what? This was so convenient. I think I'm going to do it again. And then it just continued to build from there. And, just be open to new things. Try new things. The technology is advancing. Get used to it. Just don't move too fast and get into this weird AI shit. But
yeah, we need a dedicated podcast for talking about all these freaking games, bro.
Listen, we will eventually.
We have to.
I guess it'll be our game of the year stuff, right?
Not just that, but I mean, we could do a massive game
next
of the
month
year.
Needs to be dedicated to just straight up like all this bullshit. We can say that for the December stuff.
Well, and then also we also need to finish our backlog because we haven't.
That's what I'm trying to do.
I honestly feel like what we could do next month, because the Game Awards nominees are going to be coming out and stuff like that and votes. So I think we'll do like a Game of the Year cast, but I think then we'll also do like a Flops of the Year cast. I think each of those could be their own separate cast, because I think we just have enough to talk about where it'll just be that long. But as far as this cast, this is going to be it for the listening and probably the viewing portion of the cast, guys. Thanks for tuning in. And yeah, we're going to check you guys next week. Be sure to keep listening. We got some good stuff coming up. New streams, overlay, and rebrand, all things.
New identity, new me.
Identity, new us. But that's going to be
gonna sit here.
it for tonight. Thanks for listening. And just remember, guys, first 6-pack of coochie broth is on me.
Oh.